a lot of possible explanations for why Republicans fared so badly in 2012. I think I've heard all of them, and I think you probably have too, more than once. I don't think there's any one simple reason, but I'll tell you the one that I come back to, which is I think Republicans simply found themselves in some way on the wrong end, the wrong side of a generational divide and a generational transition. Uh, Americans turn the corner. They move from one generation to the next, and we're a very forward-looking country. Once we turn that corner, we almost never go back. There are exceptional elections, like, say, 1980, where the country had elected a younger president, Jimmy Carter. And 4 years later, when things were going quite horribly for a lot of Americans in the country, they went back to a candidate who was much older and embodied this earlier moment of promise in America, and that was Ronald Reagan. But more often, elections are like 1996, where you had a guy like Bob Dole, who was universally admired and whose service was appreciated and who was well-liked and moderate, but simply was of the wrong generation, where the country had already elected Bill Clinton, the boomers had ascended, and we were moving forward. I think Mitt Romney, being, whatever he is, 15 or 16 years older than Barack Obama, powered by a grassroots movement in the Republican Party that is overwhelmingly older and whiter than the new generations of Americans, I think that party was simply on the wrong side of that divide. And I think the real question for the Republican Party is not whether it can rebuild, because it can, but with whom and how it adapts to modernity and who those younger leaders are who are going to take the party forward. I do think you will see a much younger nominee in 2016. I think Republicans were simply lagging one election behind in turning that generational corner. And I think there will be an onus on Democrats, too, to continue to articulate a modern vision for 21st century politics and government, because I think that's a debate the country's still going to have.